I just witnessed history watching LeBron James become the leading scorer all time in NBA history, passing Kareem at 38 years old. But I'm still not completely satisfied, and this is why. First off, tonight felt like Kobe's last game, that 60-point game. The atmosphere in the arena, Staples Center, Crypto.com, whatever you want to call it. Every time LeBron touched the ball, you could just feel the crowd going crazy. Every time he was semi-open and our teammates missed him, the crowd would get mad. Everything was ran through LeBron this entire game because there was one goal for this game, and that was to get LeBron the all-time leading scorer. Now, I understand the crowd's, the reason the crowd wanted it so bad is because those tickets were ridiculous. They were thousands of dollars, bro. Like, I saw tickets $75,000. There's a whole bunch of celebrities there. Everybody wanted him to break it that night, and they knew he could. And he came out and showed that he can be a primary scorer. Very efficient game for LeBron James. He ended up passing the record. I think he finished with 38 points, I think. And the bigger issue is that we lost the game. And LeBron comes out of the game late at the end because his foot is hurting. But he's just happy. First off, I'm not mad at LeBron at all. I'm not trying to say that. LeBron deserves every single emotion that he felt tonight. This was his night. Literally worked his entire career for this. He deserves it. Now, for the rest of the team, I think it was very hard for us to find a rhythm because we were trying so hard to get LeBron the points. But when he got the points, we were down by 5 points. And right after that happened, LeBron was on the bench, and Rui Hachimura, Russell Westbrook, Troy Brown Jr. were all in the game, and we made a run, a comeback, and we cut the lead. I think we actually even tied the game, and it was looking good for us, and then the Thunder just pulled away. I'm not satisfied. I'm actually kind of mad a little bit, bittersweet. I still watched everything after the game. I still watched all LeBron's interviews, all of Kareem's interviews, which was dope, but it just didn't feel good afterwards. When he got it, I didn't even care that we were losing. I was just so happy that he got it. I was even getting emotional seeing LeBron getting emotional just because I knew I was watching history. But towards the end of this game, at the end of the game, I was frustrated. Now, a lot of people want to put the blame on Darvin Ham because the announcer pretty much called Darvin Ham out and said he has 2 timeouts. Why is he not calling his timeouts? And it was Stan Van Gundy, by the way. Why is he not calling his timeouts? He has 2 timeouts. There's 19 seconds. Why is he not trying to advance the ball? The first one, I understand. We pretty much didn't even need to advance the ball. Westbrook got it up in a second. It was probably a second. So, and we scored. But even leading up to this, Anthony Davis was not aggressive towards the end of the game. They were talking about it. Anthony Davis needs to step up. But I think we've seen the same kind of thing in the bubble. Anthony Davis was real aggressive, and in the finals, when it was LeBron's time to shine, Anthony Davis kind of took a back seat. And we often hear that sometimes Anthony Davis isn't aggressive enough, and from LeBron sometimes, that he just forgets who he is. And tonight looked like one of those nights where Anthony Davis forgot his place in the NBA. He was not aggressive at all. He had a couple good rebounds, but he didn't do anything offensively. I don't even know how much points he finished with because it felt like he was non-existent in the game. Russell Westbrook played real good. He did have a lot of turnovers, I felt like, but he shot the ball really good from 3. He was attacking towards the end. He did have some really good assists. Troy Brown Jr. was doing his thing. He's been stepping it up. Austin Reeves not getting much minutes after his first game back. Rui was getting some buckets, but we let the Thunder score 133 points. Now, the Thunder are a very good team, but they are coming off a back-to-back on the road. They should be tired. We should be taking advantage of this. We have our crowd for the first time in a couple games after the road trip. We are at home making our homestand against the team. If we win, we jump over them in the standings, and then we're only 1 or 2 games out from the play-in spot. But now we lose to them. And not only that, we lose to the other must-win game versus the Pelicans, who were on a 10-game losing streak. So my question is, do the Lakers want to actually contend this year? You keep hearing LeBron James, I want to win a championship. I want to contend this year. I don't want to just play meaningless basketball. Sometimes it doesn't feel like the team is even competing. And one of those times was tonight. And the end of that Pelicans game, because the Pelicans game, we were up by 10 over the period of that game. We looked good, and towards the end, we just ran out of gas or something. They just stopped trying. Same thing with today. LeBron James ran out of gas. He had to go to the bench, and we just stopped trying. Shout out to SGA. Sometimes there's just no way to stop him. His close shot is a 99. He barely shoots anything outside of the paint or near the paint, and you can't stop him. Shout out Josh Giddey, bro. He was handling the playmaking duties really, really good. I don't want to mess his name up, but it's Joe, the shooter, bro. That man was killing us, and we did not make an adjustment. We just kept leaving him open. We left so many Thunder players open from 3 tonight, and it's just like, what are we doing? Defensively, I think I saw one good possession the entire game from the Lakers. No, not a good defensive game at all. Now, I understand the entire point of the game was to get LeBron his thing, and hopefully we can move on. But the problem that I am talking about is the last 2 losses are teams in the bottom of the West that we are battling with. And don't look now, but there's only like 30 games left in the season, 29 games left for us. And we are now 4.5 games back from 5th seed. I think we're 2 or 3 games back, 2.5 games back from the play-in now. So it's just like, what are we doing? These are important games. The Pelicans game, let's talk about it. We're going in with all the Kyrie Irving rumors. LeBron looks happy. He thinks we're getting Kyrie Irving. The last 2 games have just been weird with this team. Let's be honest. It feels weird watching them, especially with Russell Westbrook. All the trade rumors. That's the reason that we are losing. We blow the game. LeBron's still kind of happy after the game because he thinks we're getting Kyrie. Then he even speaks out and, is kind of disappointed. You could tell he's disappointed that we didn't get Kyrie Irving. We go into this game. His main goal is to get his points. And it's like, he don't really care about the rest of the team. This is his night. I understand that, but he didn't fight for the win. But I'm not mad because it's one of the biggest records ever in all the sports. Held for 40 years. So my concern is now, what are we going to do with this Russell Westbrook situation? We got to get him out of here because we need some players that are going to fight for our team. I want to get multiple players for Russell Westbrook. And also, I want Christie and Reeves to play. If we are not going to include them in that Kyrie Irving trade, why are we not playing them, Darvin Ham? I don't understand that. Let them play. We just lost to a team full of a whole bunch of young players. Let our young players play against them. I understand Reeves come back from an injury. Let Christie play. You let him play in Madison Square Garden. I don't understand it. And then you don't let him play here. So definitely inconsistent rotations. I'm not going to get mad at Darvin Ham because I used to get mad at Frank Vogel for his inconsistent rotations. I couldn't stand Frank Vogel's rotations half the time. I don't even think Darvin Ham is the issue. We are not competing. We are not trying to win the last 2 games. I do think going forward, we're going to log back in now that LeBron got the record. The trade rumors are settling down, but I think we need to get past the deadline, past the All-Star break. The true test for the Lakers is going to be after All-Star break. We cannot lose at all. We cannot lose at all. And it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to pan out, because we're definitely not going to be able to afford to lose after the All-Star break, after the trade deadline, because then all of the tension comes down. First, it was the LeBron record. Now it was the Kyrie Irving trade, the Westbrook rumors. Once all this dies down, there is no more excuses, because I'm giving us the benefit of the doubt. The excuses as a Lakers fan, because I'm very, very frustrated at the end of every single game, because we should be winning these games. We should have won this game tonight. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Shout out to LeBron James. This is the best game I've seen all season emotionally. Brought out some really good emotions within me just seeing history like this, but it was at the same time one of the most frustrating games, let down games at the end, because it's just like we lost and it doesn't look like anybody cares. So yeah, let me know what Lakers fans you guys feel down below in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is ZTAY. Peace.